Talk about a dude that talks trash. Talk about someone that says, I don't know why they come to the NFC East to talk about our Eagles. Why do they come to the NFC East? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Creme de la Creme. First and foremost, let's make two things clear. One, I came to find out after doing some research and making some phone calls that this, as y'all seen me and JP's live chat, I got into it with some dude that kept putting out some fake J's out there or what have you. But let me make something clear. I found out this is a kid. You got a URL. You can find out anything about anybody on YouTube, and that's the mistake he made. He does not realize that with that URL in there on his profile, you can literally find out who the person is, where they live, pretty much any information are based on what they watch, even what they usually see on their own on that channel. So I wanted to say this to this dude, Mr. Go Fucker. Man, you better just slow your roll. Worry about college. Worry about living in your mom's house. Worry about college. Don't spend up your college tuition money. Don't do none of that shit. Save your shit. Grow the fuck up and start getting into the man talk. Okay? Don't insult another grown-ass man because he will come back at you no matter what. And somebody told me, man, don't hurt him. There ain't nobody going to hurt this kid. Period. I literally just spoke with my Omar. I was like, listen, don't even stress. It's a kid. It's a kid. He's stupid, ignorant ass kid. No wonder you cannot afford or know about fucking J's. You're a young buck. That's the problem. And I'm like, man, I just cursed. I got into a fight with a kid. I feel embarrassed that I let this motherfucker, me and this motherfucker went down that path. But I'm going to bring this back because my partner, Joe got into a bad bike accident out here in Utah, and we flew out here. You know, me and a couple of the units leaders out here, and we came out here. We just kind of showing that support, and he's talking to me about this dude right here. You see, he's a Dallas Cowboy fan, so obviously he's got to listen to this motherfucker talk shit. Now, the one problem that I've had with Brunson, I ain't gonna call him that first name he calls himself, Brunson, is that he likes to say that he likes to call on certain teams. Call out certain teams. Like he wishes that nobody that hasn't won the Super Bowl yet to never win it. He don't want the Vikings to ever win it or the Falcons to ever win it. He said it straight out himself. He said, I wish and hope y'all never win a Super Bowl. This is the mentality. This is the mentality of a dude that his team just won his first Super Bowl. Just won. And everybody supported the Phillies, the Philadelphia Eagles, because you have been to a Super Bowl twice already prior to that one and lost twice. You already lost once to Super Bowl to the Patriots and Belichick. This would have been your second loss in the Super Bowl to Belichick. And we all know what happened with Belichick and the Garoppolo and Brady and the trade and everything that happened, okay, and how they took out Malcolm Butler out of the defense just before the Super Bowl, thus giving Philly a number one area to where to throw at all day long. If you take out Richard Sherman out of the 49ers, where do you think they're going to go to? To that backup that pretty much is a backup. It's not a starter, it's a backup. And this is what Bill Belichick threw that Super Bowl. Bill Belichick threw that Super Bowl and gave it to Philly. He said, here, you're going to go against what I said? I say? Well, here. Very next year, I'll go get it. And he sure did. He sure did. He came back last year and won it against the Rams. Left the Rams in 3. Now I'm not gonna kid you. This dude gets very annoying. So please be patient. Let's listen to this motherfucker. See what he says about Sean Payton that pretty much drove my boy so far that he said, man, you gotta listen to that dude talk about your team. So let's see what the hell he's talking about.
I again ask you this: how come he couldn't see what was coming in the Super Bowl? Then these Rams fans, I don't think these Ram fans even understand the debate. Oh, well, Sean McVay only going into his 3rd year. He was only in his 2nd year. Well, Doug Peterson won the Super Bowl in his 2nd year. Do you think about that before you say stuff like that to an Eagles fan?
Doug Peterson won a second. Doug Peterson is a pretty much a takeover coach after Andy Reid. All right, so don't act as if Doug Peterson hasn't been coaching for longer than 2 years. He took over as a head coach at 2 years ago, but it's not like he just came into the league and was hired as an offensive coordinator, and he just came in. As a matter of fact, this is the problem with Mr. Brunson. He doesn't realize that Doug Peterson coached here in Louisiana and New Orleans. I'm sorry, in New Orleans. I'm saying here like I'm there. He's actually, we know Doug Peterson in New Orleans, all right? So I got a couple of nuggets that I'm saving in case I get in a debate with this dumbass over here, so that I can. I got 2 shutdown points. He doesn't even know them, and the worst part is that when you say that you are Philly's best reporter and you don't even know those details, then man, it just tells me that you just listen to your local newscaster, write a couple of things down, and then put it back on your show. Let's keep listening to what this fool says.
Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl in his second year. So this is the other thing they're saying right now. Well, when Sean McVay gets Doug Peterson's age, he's coaching for 20 years.
When Doug Peterson, when he reaches Doug Peterson's age, if he doesn't, I promise you, he'll probably have more rings than Doug Peterson, or the same. He'll probably win 1 or 2 Super Bowls. Sean McVay is a good coach. Don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on the man. You're gonna pay for that.
By the time Sean McVay turned 51, Doug Peterson will be retired.
They probably win more Super Bowls than Doug Peterson.
Maybe he ain't qualified. Because he looked like a damn student when he went up against Belichick. A student. All that fast talking while you talking during a preseason game, that don't impress me, man. You had your time to shine in the Super Bowl. You had your time to shine in the Super Bowl. That's when you're supposed to...
That Super Bowl was given to you.
That's when you're supposed to say stuff like, do you want Philly, Philly? That's when you're supposed to go for it on 4th downs. In the Super Bowl, when you got to show everybody. Don't show us during preseason. Don't show us during preseason, Sean McVay. Come on, bro.
This dude is out of his damn mind.
Super Bowl. You want me to tell you why they don't remember y'all was in the Super Bowl, Rams fans? Because the last team to throw a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl was the Philadelphia Eagles.
Listen, this is the problem. He is so full of his team. And I understand winning a Super Bowl is big. It's a momentum that you carry throughout the years. Trust me, we know. We won ours before you did. It took you 50-plus years. We won it in 42. Less time than you. We went one into the Super Bowl. Our first appearance in the Super Bowl, we won it. You lost your first 2 appearances. It took you 3 times for you to win your Super Bowl. It's like man, I hit the lot of the first time. Well, I took the shot and I hit the bullseye in 1 shot. It's like, well, it took me 3 times. Who's a better marksman? You know what I mean? This dude.
But y'all got the high-powered offense, right? Haters, Ram Nation all day. What am I hating on? It ain't nothing to hate on. I'm telling you the truth. And people get the truth confused with hate. Y'all scored 3 points. That's the truth. Y'all didn't throw a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. That's the truth. Y'all didn't score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. That is the truth. Sean McVay said that he felt like he was outcoached. That's the truth. He admitted defeat. Maybe he's not. Maybe McVay is better off as an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator. Hell, I suck as a coach. I'd be better off as a linebacker or offensive line coach. I feel you, EDP. I think he's a brilliant offensive mind, except in the Super Bowl when it counts. Let's call a spade a spade. He's really good, except in the Super Bowl and against the Eagles. Come on, bruh. The disrespect of Doug Peterson, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the disrespect of Doug Peterson. If Sean McVay is the number 2 coach in the league, and Bill Belichick is the number 1 coach in the league, how could Doug Peterson be number 6 if he beat both of them? McVay never beat Doug. He played Doug twice.
This is what he's talking about. Hold on. This is what I'm about to say.
Doug beat Belichick in the Super Bowl. That's Belichick's game.
Oh, no.
You got to realize something. The Super Bowl to Bill Belichick is like brunch. It's like brunch. It's like brunch. He been there so many times. He know what he getting off the menu. He don't need no
This
preparation.
dude's a fucking idiot.
He know the media stuff and all that. It's brunch, man. It's a fun time for.
He gave away that. Oh my God! Somebody give this dude a.
So Doug turned it into brunch for him. I don't ever see Doug Peterson losing the Super Bowl. Ever. Can I get a wrench? You gotta get a
Ever? Whoa. Wait a second. Hold on.
Peyton. Sean Payton? Sean Payton got one Super Bowl ring. Why Doug gotta be behind him?
Doug's
Gotta
got.
be behind Sean Payton.
Doug's got one.
Bounty Gate?
Bounty Gate.
Doug ain't behind no damn Sean Payton, dog.
He
He ain't behind Sean Payton. In my opinion, Doug is probably behind. Doug could be behind Pete Carroll, Bill Belichick, and Mike Tomlin.
This motherfucker here. This motherfucker. Hell no. Hell no. Listen, let me to your own point. To your own point. This is one I want to shut you down with. You talk about one trophy, one Super Bowl, right? How many does Pete Carroll have? And do we not forget that Pete Carroll is known as having the biggest blown call in history? Give the ball to beast mode. That's what you're going to put after Sean? Doug Peterson? Or Mike Tomlin, who we knocked out last year out of the playoffs? And Doug Peterson, who was embarrassed, who got embarrassed last year. 48-7. Beating the Philadelphia Eagles. And the first thing people say is, oh, but our corners got hurt. No, your corners got hurt playing us. Because y'all used to playing your weak ass division up there. The only people that give you any hard fucking defense is the Cowboys. The Cowboys are the only legitimate team in the NFC East to me. As a matter of fact, I think the Giants on the low are getting better than Philly. The Redskins, they got a long ways to go, but soon enough, they're going to get there. They're starting to get some young talent in there. They got Haskins. They got the core. We don't know how he's going to do. Patrick Mahomes, his first year when he came in, nobody really knew Patrick Mahomes. The kid could throw 85 miles an hour with a fucking football. Mahomes. We didn't notice that till the second year, him being an NFL player. But this dude right here, you see why I'm saying that? He constantly says that nobody talks about why Saint fans talk about Philly fans. And it's this. It's this nonsense that this dude talks. Let me ask you a question. Sean Payton beat Doug Peterson twice last year. Twice. So to your own point, you said that why should he be under all these players? We only got one. Why should Sean McVay and Bill Belichick be over Doug Peterson? Because Doug Peterson beat them both? Well, Sean Payton has beaten you twice last year. Beat Mike Tomlin last year. And we will definitely beat Pete Carroll this year when we play him. And if you end up being somehow, by some miracle, end up in the NFC title and we are playing in it, which we will be, we're going to take you out again. Now remember, we already beaten you 9 out of the 8 times we've played. Don't bring this to yourself. 8 out of the last 9 times we've played, we've beaten you. So don't. Okay, if I was you, I would take the same out of your mouth, because you're gonna dig yourself an early grave. I promise you that.
And Mike Tomlin. That's it. Doug only could be behind coaches who got to the Super Bowl multiple times, bruh. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. McVay not even.
Has Doug Peterson gone to Super Bowl multiple times? Why would you put him in a category that he doesn't belong in?
Man, that Saints game still gets me mad. The Saints game get me mad too, but you know what? Just as much as we want to put the blame on Alshon Jeffrey, you got to put the blame on Doug Peterson for that Saints game. Because 2 key things that Doug Peterson didn't do. Mike Tomlin only has 1 ring. Mike Tomlin been to multiple Super Bowls, though. Did you not hear me? Mike Tomlin to multiple Super Bowls. Has he or has he not? Or do I got that wrong? Pete Carroll been to multiple Super Bowls, but he got one ring. Doug messed up by going with a hurry up offense. He messed up by going with a hurry up offense in that situation. He should have let that offense get a little wind under him and regroup. Alshon Jeffrey dropped the ball. He dropped the pass, went right through his hands. You know what I mean? John Gruden is a bum of a John Gruden.
This is the dude that's talk about Philly. You got to be a coach that was Philly. You got to be a coach that knows how to manage time and this, that, the other. This is the nonsense that I'm telling you that this dude talks about all day. Now, I ain't got the time all day long to listen to this dude right here because, honestly, this dude is beyond annoying. Like, this is the type of shit why I tell you, Lord Brunson, you need to keep us out of your mouth because we're the team that, we're your kryptonite. You can barely beat Atlanta versus we have won our division 2 years in a row. We're going for our third win in a row. We swept Carolina three games in a row. No hard feelings to Carolina. Cam Newton was hurt. You barely beat Carolina with Cam Newton being hurt. This is why I want to see the best NFC teams this year, so that when the other leagues, other teams that around the other divisions play, they don't classify our division based on what they see or how they play other teams in the NFC South, because this is the rep we're gonna get. So I want to see the best of them out there. But this fool right here, this dude right here, annoying as hell. This at Lord Brunson, I will invite you to a live debate. Not just me, you, JP, Camel Toe, my big dog Camel Toe. We're gonna Beast from the East. We'll bring several Cap Pizzle or whoever. We'll bring. Actually, let's bring in not characters, but let's bring in people that actually know about football. Cap Pizzle, you gotta get the fuck up out of there. You just scream a bunch of shit, but you really don't make any sense or bring any stats or any football knowledge or content that really makes any sense. So we're gonna get a couple of guys that actually know about football, and then we're gonna break it down with this dude right here, with this fool right here. Let me tell you something. This year, the NFC East will be won by the Cowboys. Everybody knows that. The Ezekiel Elliott deal will be done. Dak is going to be there. Amari Cooper. If they're not there, then it's a whole different game. It's just like saying, well, why didn't the Eagles? Because we didn't have Carson Wentz. This will be his excuse. Well, we didn't have Carson Wentz, and one of our tight ends are out, or both of them are out, and Jordan was out. Whatever. You're going to come up with excuses to validate why your team lost. Yet you use that same on the flip mode against the other teams. But let's keep listening to this fool.
His first pick, he has Smallwood and got it open underneath. Go back and watch. Yeah, but he had Smallwood and got it open underneath. But he also had Alshon open too. He went with the short. Who got the better hands? Smallwood, Goddard, or Alshon Jeffrey? Alshon Jeffrey. You got to go to your go-to guys in them situations. That means it was a good play call if you have multiple people open. The play call excellent, but Alshon must have been the hot route. They didn't take the first read. Nick Foles get the ball out of his hands quick. If the first read open, you're getting the ball. That's how Nick Foles play. Can I get a wrench? I got you, Dre. Whatever, Drea or Dre, I got you, Drea.
I'm gonna let this fool talk because it just doesn't make any sense, and the shit that he says sometimes it really just pisses me off.
I guess you could say that. I would say they dead even, Doug and Mike Tomlin. Not because of the Super Bowl wins or even, but they both had to coach some dynamic. You know what? I would give it to Doug. No problem, Dre.
I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm not gonna give it to Doug. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here because you annoying the hell out of me. This fool does not know. And he hypes up Philly. I feel bad for Philly, as a matter of fact. I feel bad for you, Philly. Because you're literally gonna have to listen to this fool talk all this nonsense and say all this bullshit that really don't make any sense. And he's gonna hype up Philly to the point that Philly's gonna expect their teams to do very, very well, and they're not. You're not gonna do that well. I'm sorry. Big shout out to my boy Philly 500, brother. I got nothing but love and respect for you, but you gotta get this dude right here. This motherfucker right here is a cancer in your fuck in the internet. He is talking all this trash. He knows that he's writing up checks that you guys cannot cash. Let me explain a couple just very simple things. If you were that sure of your team, you would not be looking for quarterback. You would not be looking for linebackers. You picked up a linebacker that doesn't even have highlights. Oh, he's only 21, 23. He doesn't have highlights. He has college highlights. He is a Pro Bowl. I'm sorry, not Pro Bowl, but he's a professional football player, right? He has played before as a professional football player in the NFL, right? So if he doesn't have highlights, guess what? He got let go because he's trash. So all you did is pick up another trash linebacker. You Philadelphia Eagles, you probably won't make it to the playoffs. And if there's any Philly fans here, I'm sorry that y'all taking the heat over this dude, but this dude right here just literally just threw you under the fire. Time for a new hat, fellas. It's your boy Creme de la Creme, Creme de la Holla. Throwing this, I'm gonna put this down because we're gonna throw them away. We put them on the side. We're going to be working on my partner's car right now. Get it ready, get the bike ready. Tonight we're going to be hitting the racetrack in memory of my boy Alvin. Rest in peace. We're gonna be out there tonight. I'll put out the video for that. And then tomorrow we probably fly out. Back to California, so I have a little couple of days out there, spend with my people out there. But it's your boy Creme de la Creme, Creme de la Holla, Lord Brunson, or Mr. Brunson. Fuck you, Lord, Mr. Fuck your Lord name. That whole thing, you can't add that to your name. Don't do that. It's your boy Creme de la Creme, Lord, Mr. Brunson. Come holler at me so I can put you in place. You know I'm your kryptonite. You run away from me all day long. So if you really want to put a debate upon how good your team is, holla at me, alright? This is stupid ass.